America is buzzing about NBC's new true crime drama, The Thing About Pam.
Starring two-time Academy Award winner Renee Zellweger.
She's so good. Critics love this new show.
Yeah, they do. They're calling it compulsively watchable, deliciously satisfying.
Irresistibly entertaining, as twisty as they come.
Must-see TV.
And they say Zellweger may earn an Emmy to put alongside her Oscars.
Oh, gonna happen.
Right? So tell everyone you know, don't miss The Thing About Pam.
Starring Renee Zellweger, Tuesdays on NBC.
And streaming next day on Peacock.
Because you'll want to watch it twice.
Welcome to episode 66, Ohio. I am your host, Chris, and across from me, looking at me like I'm an idiot, is the co-host, James.
What's up, everybody, and how you doing, my brother?
Doing good, man, doing good. This week, we are going to be discussing a few different things, so we're going to go over three cryptids from Ohio, two that aren't talked about very often, one that is much more popular, but they all have some sort of thing in common. They're all sort of a greenish or amphibian type creature.
Okay, good. So then the one that's going to be turning up in my topic will probably not be included.
Okay, good. So James is going to be discussing Boston Township, a.k.a. Helltown.
Helltown. I'm going to tell you what, creepy looking place from the pictures I found.
Okay. Now I have not heard of this, so this is going to be all new to me, but tell me off the bat, does Helltown earn its name?
Indeed it does.
It does?
It does.
All right, well then let's get into it then.
Yes, sir. All right, who doesn't love a good old abandoned haunted town? I know I do.
I do.
This week, our point of interest takes us to the Cuyahoga Valley National Park, to an abandoned and haunted, of course, place known as Helltown, a.k.a. Boston, Ohio. Now, Boston Township is one of the 9 townships of the Summit County, Ohio, United States.
Oh, United States?
United States.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Boston, Ohio, Australia, but, you know, that's fine. United States.
And in case one of y'all, wants to go there, it is about 15 miles north of Akron and about 23 miles south of Cleveland.
Okay, all right. That's good to know.
Because everybody's heard of the Cuyahoga River.
Yeah.
Especially if you watch the movie.
Cuyahoga River.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, unlike abandoned towns of old, this Midwestern area is unique because it is not all that old. Some of the buildings bear markings of the older America, like, 60s, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But most of it is actually 20th century architecture. It's more modern.
Okay. All right.
So it was like, holy shit. Now, the no trespassing signs posted throughout the town are both modern and official. Huh. However, the validity of the trespassing signs is contradicted by other information that I have seen, which says the place can be visited as it is part of a national park.
Okay.
Which is good.
Yeah.
It is, however, recommended that any visitors stay within the confines of the town and not venture into the woods, as they may be snatched up for satanic rituals.
A Satanist, okay.
Of course. So while it is not forbidden to visit this place, if you do, please do so with caution. One of the primary reasons given to why this place was abandoned was the creation of the national park itself, driving people away due to the excessive amount of campers, tourists, I suppose, taking away the nice small town country feel, and I suppose pissing off the residents. Now, let's get into the history a little bit and then discuss a couple of the legends and myths associated with Helltown, shall we?
Let's do it, yeah.
In researching the history of the town, then known as Boston, Ohio, I discovered that after the creation of the national park, the government, in their infinite idiocy, actually were able to displace residents after the National Park Service was given free range to buy up all the land and saw fit to turn it into national parks back in the 70s. So, in a nutshell, they essentially kicked people out of their homes, many of whom did not receive proper compensation, which sucks. I would say par for the course for those dirty bastards in Washington. Another account of why the town was cleared out was due to it being evacuated due to a chemical spill leading to, you guessed it, citizens in the area began to mutate.
Oh, cool. We got Satanists, we got mutants, all right.
Yep, now we are getting somewhere, man. This does not go without merit, and there have been claims by some people that have actually seen the disfigured and monstrous creatures roaming the streets and hiding in buildings. Now, unfortunately,
sounds like
I
Fallout.
couldn't find any damn pictures.
Okay.
I always try to look for photographic evidence, and there just wasn't any.
Okay.
I even tried YouTube, and all I got was some people walking the streets a little bit, but no monsters, no nothing.
Of course. Yeah.
But that's, creepy looking place, though.
Right.
Now, to add to this hellish nature of this place, the local church is adorned with upside-down crosses after it was supposedly annexed by a satanic group. Post-chemical apocalypse, of course.
Again, it just all sounds like Fallout.
Absolutely. Either way, the stories are numerous as to the strange activities in the area, hence the warning from earlier in the story. Also, there is still some local debate about whether the chemical spill actually happened, but the lack of hard proof regarding you're going to love this one, the peninsula python, a snake that grew to such enormous size that it covered an entire street, and they claim it still is there to this day.
Whoa.
Now, I don't know about that.
Also sounds like the name of a pimp.
But it doesn't stop the locals from celebrating Python Day.
I bet. Oh,
because
man.
even though the town itself is abandoned, I did read that there are several houses around it still, around the national park area. So people still live in the general vicinity, just not in the town itself.
Okay.
Now, there is an old abandoned school bus in the middle of the town, which is said to have a dark past as well. The tale is told of a horrible day when the children it carried were slaughtered by an insane killer, or in some versions of the story, by a group of Satanists. That sucks.
6'1", half dozen other, man.
Supposedly, if you looked into the windows of the bus, you can still see the children and in some cases the killers. This one could not be confirmed, and information about this bus says that it was actually used as living quarters by a builder, then it was left abandoned and eventually just towed away. So I guess we won't be able to check that out.
Boo.
Oh well, can't win them all, I suppose.
Guess not.
Now, all legend aside, there are several stories of suicides, murders in the area, and hauntings, so this place is not without merit, and there really was an actual chemical spill. I did look this up.
Oh, wow, okay.
Just off the West Hines Hill Road at the Krejcik Dump. Krejcik. It's Krejci. It's like a Czech name or something.
Yeah, Krejcik, yeah.
Which is now part of the park itself, because the National Park Service actually purchased this landfill as part of the park to use for disposal.
How scenic.
Yeah, gotta love it, huh? Now, it was said that rangers would get sick and suffer from chemical burns when in the area, and it was discovered that heavy metals and toxic chemicals were seeping into the ground. And soon it was declared what they call a Superfund site and was completely cleaned up by 2015. But there were no reports of extra limbs, third or fourth eyes, or lizard people that could be found. I tried.
Okay.
So the mutant stuff is pretty much word of mouth.
Yeah.
So take heart, though. All is not lost. Native American folklore also surrounds another mythical beast that roams the Helltown hillsides.
Ooh.
The Wendigo.
Ah, the Wendigo.
Yes.
Love it.
Is a man-eating creature that lurks near the Great Lakes and Nova Scotia areas. It's likely that this might be one of the oldest legends about this area, since its origin predates Helltown itself. I like the Wendigo.
I love stories about the Wendigo.
Road warriors, with ghosts, Satanists, mutants, cryptids, and murderers.
And Wendigo.
And Wendigo. That's it. It seems to me that Helltown has definitely earned its title for sure. If explored, it should be done so with caution. So venture out if you dare. Look for a road closed sign in an old paved road grown over with grass leading into the woods. It's how most horror stories begin, so be safe, strap up, and check it out for yourselves. I wouldn't go in there without a pistola.
Bring your gat, fool.
That's right. Legend or not, it would still be one hell of a place to visit.
So the buildings are still there?
The buildings are still there.
Creepy.
Now, I looked at it. There's still homes there.
Okay.
Their church is still there. There are stores. There's gas stations. There's all kinds of stuff. It's like a semi-modern town, probably late 20th century, 80s, 90s. And they just kind of, moved out.
Wow.
I'm thinking the government shoved everybody out because of the chemicals in the water.
Probably
They just
safe.
covered it up.
Yeah.
I think they just covered it up when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
But it does have a very hellish looking landscape, very Texas chainsaw looking,
Well, at least they kicked them out. They didn't make them live there like in Flint, Michigan, and just make them drink the water the whole time.
And the grass grown over the highway leading to it and stuff. It's just awesomely scary looking.
Again, it all just sounds like fucking Fallout. All I picture is Fallout, mutants, Satanists,
Yep. And I tried to verify a lot of these things because I don't like to just spew crap. But when I find a story, I just go with what I know.
You go with the information you're given.
That's right.
That's all we do on the show.
Like I said, I couldn't find anything about true mutants. I did find information on the chemical spill and the fact that it did make some people sick. Some rangers and stuff, park rangers. Ghost sightings, they're all over the place, So
let me ask this: did you find out whether or not the fact that the Peninsula Python is the name of a snake or the name of a local pimp? Because it sounds like a pimp's name.
It is actually the name of a snake.
The
problem is the information that I got didn't lead into where the snake came from. It just was going along, and all of a sudden when I was reading, I was like, and it says, there was no evidence of the Peninsula Python. And I'm like, the what?
Yeah.
I said, where the hell did this come from?
Yeah,
but I had to include that, man.
Yeah.
Giant snakes, Wendigos, ghostesses, Satanists, murderers.
I don't know. Would Ohio be? Does Ohio have snakes? Naturally,
I don't know.
I
think it probably does.
I'm sure it does.
I'm sure
Most places
does.
do, but I don't know. Python.
Because it's not too high up in elevation.
No, it's not. It's got a lot of woods.
Yeah, see, Colorado has rattlesnakes in the lower lands, but if you go up high, Montana and all that, there ain't no snakes up high.
Yeah,
they can't take it.
Yeah, only in Texas.
Indeed.
Damn Texas.
But hey, man, you can roll right up to this one too.
Well, put that on the list of places we got to visit when we take our at some point fucking road trip.
Well, when I score the lottery, it's done. It's on.
That's it. Road trip is happening.
Double-decker bus, sleeping quarters, chef.
Can have all this equipment built into the fucking thing, and we'll just record on the road.
That's right.
So hurry up, win that lottery, James.
I'm working on it, brother.
All right, man. Well, let's go ahead and take a break, get a drink of water, and then we'll get into some other creatures, huh?
Sounds fascinating.
Okay, so we are going to cover 3 different creatures. Excellent. That have been seen in Ohio. 2 have only been seen once. And the other one they are what you call introverts. Alright, so the first one is located in Charles Mill Reservoir. Located 100 miles away from Loveland, Ohio, the Charles Mill Lake Reservoir was constructed in 1935 by erecting a 48-foot high, 1,390-foot long, and 20-foot wide dam.
Damn.
A dam.
Yep.
On the Black Fork of the Mohican River. It's also known as the Charles Mills Lake and Mifflin Lake by the locals due to it being near the town of Mifflin, Ohio.
Okay.
Not far from Dunder.
I've heard of Mifflin Lake.
Dunder Mifflin?
I've actually heard that name.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, nice. Okay.
We were there.
What?
We were there.
Who's we?
Did you get to go?
I didn't go to... You mean Sedumsville?
Yeah.
No, I didn't go.
Yeah. Crap.
The lake is known for its large catfish and bass population. But in March of 1959, it briefly became known as the home of another creature, the Charles Mills Lake Monster.
Sweet.
A trip to the Charles Mill Lake Marina will actually provide visitors with the story on display in a glass frame behind a counter for all to read.
They got monster bait?
Yeah, it's called Budweiser.
Ah.
On March 28th, 1959, three boys, Denny Peterson, Wayne Armstrong, and Michael Lane, were out one night walking along Ruggles Road, which is near the swampy shores of the reservoir, when something strange was happening in the black waters directly in front of them.
Sweet.
The three boys watched petrified in horror as an extremely large figure, estimated to be 7 feet tall, rose up from the black water and towered above them.
That's what I hear.
That's probably what, yeah. Three teenagers, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Either that or they're screaming like bitches.
The boys beat a hasty retreat and quickly told whoever would listen about their encounter. They claimed the creature was a huge humanoid with luminous green eyes, large webbed feet, and most curious of all, no arms.
No arms.
No arms.
So we have a green-eyed dildo coming out of the lake.
Yes, he was unarmed, you would say. He was
Excellent.
harmless.
Harmless. There you go.
However, when authorities went back to the site to search for the monster, all they found were a series of tracks that resembled the footgear worn by skin divers. The monster has not been seen in Ohio since. However, famed cryptozoologist Loren Coleman found the case interesting enough to investigate and include in his 1985 book, Curious Encounters.
Nice.
His entry included the following, and I quote, "A green-eyed purple eater," no, I'm kidding.
I was just about to say one-eyed,
One-horned giant purple people eater.
Or whatever, yeah.
A green-eyed, 7-foot-tall, seemingly armless humanoid, seen late in March 1959 by Michael Lane, Wayne Armstrong, and Dennis Peterson, came out of the lake and left behind, quote within a quote, tracks that resembled the footgear worn by skin divers, end quote, within a quote. The thing was seen again in 1963 and described as luminous and green-eyed. I examined the site of these encounters and can testify to the Charles Mills Lake swamp affinities. Certainly a good home for a black lagoon beast.
Assaulted by a 7-foot green-eyed pickle.
With no arms.
With no arms.
Yeah.
Pickles don't have arms.
He just kicks you to death.
That's why I said pickle.
Yeah. The pickle. Yeah, it is a pickle. Yeah. Now that
I'm going to ask real quick before we move to the next monster.
Go ahead.
Was he the one that was only seen once? Is he one of the ones that was...
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just one time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Coleman says that it was seen again in 1963, but anywhere could I find any account of it being seen again.
Well, if it keeps going in the water and it's got no arms, the motherfucker probably drowned.
Well, also the fact that, because it can't swim. Yeah, right? I mean, yeah. Unless it breathes underwater, but...
I could just see it swimming.
With his feet?
Yep.
I
just picture him wiggling like one of them hot dogs from that movie, not the movie, that video game, Burger Time.
Yeah.
Remember the hot dogs used to walk?
If it's just sitting there in the lake with no arms floating, looks like a turd in a toilet. Now, he said again. It says I couldn't find any other account of it. I don't know where this 1963 sighting came into being, but they also said that they found tracks resembling footgear worn by skin divers. So it very well could have been either a case of mistaken identity. Somebody was night swimming and came out and they just had like seaweed or something on them and it freaked out the kids because they were out at night.
Okay.
Or the kids made the shit up.
Okay, so if anybody is old enough to remember Hanna-Barbera and Sigmund and the Sea Monsters,
yeah,
they kind of look like that. Tall, skinny, weird-looking, seaweed hanging off of them.
What year was that? 70s?
In the 70s.
Okay, so then they didn't get that inspiration from then because this was 59.
That's true.
Yeah, so it was before.
It was before Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. Maybe that's where Sigmund and the Sea Monsters came from. You know,
could be.
That could have been Hanna and Barbera, one of those two teenagers.
Lane and Armstrong.
You never know.
Hanna-Barbera. The next creature on our list of seldom seen is called Orange Eyes.
I like it. Heat vision.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Reported to be more than 11 feet tall.
So I like the way they get bigger.
Yeah, they get taller.
So we start with a 7-footer.
Then we go 11.
Now we got 11-footer.
Then we go Godzilla's eyes.
Oh, geez.
Reported to be more than 11 feet tall, Orange Eyes is said to lurk near Mansfield, Ohio, though he is said to have originated in Cleveland, because that's where all the monsters are.
Orange Eyes?
Orange Eyes.
I guess he was a Cleveland Brown fan.
I think
Dog pound.
I think he is. The first known encounter with Orange Eyes was in 1963 when a plethora of witnesses claimed to see the creature. It was described as 11 feet tall and weighing approximately 1,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
That's a big boy.
That's
big boy. Big boy. Orange Eyes reportedly was encountered 2 more times. So this one wasn't seen once, but it was only seen like 3 times. In 1968, and was last spotted in 1991.
Really?
When encountered by 2 fishermen in Mill Creek before retreating into the nearby woods. In the 70s, a UFO was seen shooting a green beam down to the ground in the same area, leading many locals to believe that Orange Eye was in fact an alien.
Nice. Now, I like that. Bring in the UFOs, man. Let's spice it up.
Just like our Pennsylvania episode.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Whatever it was, it hasn't been seen in over 30 years. Now, the last creature tonight is a more well-known one, but still just as weird.
Yep.
The Loveland Frogman.
The Loveland Frogman. I have never heard of this guy.
You've never heard of this one? Yeah.
No. Well, I haven't heard of Orange Eyes, and I sure as hell ain't heard of the Green-Eyed Pickle Man.
the shit man, the dildo? In 1955, at approximately 3:30 a.m., an unnamed businessman claimed to have witnessed 3, not 1, but 3, bipedal, quasi-reptilian entities congregating by the side of the road.
Slee stack!
3 sleeve
Nice.
stacks, yep. The man pulled his car to the curb and observed these creatures for what he estimated to be about 3 minutes.
Okay.
During this time, he noticed that these strange beings stood between 3 to 4 feet tall.
All right, we shrunk.
They're little midgets now. Were covered with leathery skin and had webbed hands and feet. Their most distinguishing characteristic, however, was their distinctly frog-like heads,
Rated.
which the man claimed bore deep wrinkles where their hair should have been.
Nice.
That's fucking freaky, man.
Nice.
Imagine coming upon that like 3:30 in the morning. You're tired. You're driving wherever you're driving, trying to home probably. And all of a sudden you see these 3 short, leathery, fucking ugly dudes just sitting by the road like they're trying to hitchhike or some shit.
Ribbit.
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 Herbert, you got any flies? Got any flies? No, I got any flies. Go away, fucker. In addition to their amphibian attributes, they also had... I forgot about this part. You're going to like this part.
What, do they have large dicks?
No. That would have been just as funny.
Big giant frog dicks.
No, that would have been actually better. In addition to their amphibian attributes, they also had a wand that they waved over their heads, which naturally scared the passerby.
Oh, shit.
So they were on their way to Hogwarts.
Oh, no.
At about 1 a.m. on March 3rd, 1972...
Don't you mean frogwarts?
That, folks, is why you pay him the big bucks.
That's right.
But That's very
right.
good. No, I can't think of them but frogwarts. Okay, 17 years after the first report, a police officer who understandably chose to remain anonymous.
Anonymous.
I
don't blame him.
That shit's staying in.
Usually when you're talking about monsters and telling people you want to be anonymous, so people
Especially
don't think you're a lunatic.
If you're a policeman, especially.
Absolutely.
Was traveling along Riverside Road heading towards Loveland when he saw something that would forever change his life.
Forever. Changed his life.
The officer claimed that he was driving slowly due to the substantial amount of ice on the road when he saw what he thought
No, he wasn't. He was cock blocking traffic. Cops do that shit on purpose. They drive it like
Dude, it's
15 miles below the speed limit on purpose to see if anybody's got the balls to pass them.
I get that, but it's 1 a.m. No one's out there this time. So there's no one to cock block.
Oh, well.
What he thought was a dog on the curb. Suddenly, the animal darted in front of the cruiser, forcing the officer to slam on his brakes in order to avoid hitting a potential creature. Once the police cruiser came to a halt, its headlights fell upon the prone animal. At this point, the officer described something that seems literally too bizarre to be true.
Oh, so he hit the sumbitch.
Close to it. The
okay.
thing stops right in front of his car.
God.
Yeah, like a deer in the headlights. In the span of seconds, this crouched, frog-like creature stood on 2 legs, stared back at the policeman, and said, "Got any flies?" No, I'm just kidding. Then scrambled over the guardrail and scurried down the embankment, finally disappearing into the Ohio River.
First of all, he stood up on 2 legs and stared back. Mm-hmm. I'd have stomped on the gas.
Yeah, hit that gas, go bam!
Hell no.
Bring that back to the station for proof.
That's right, man. Good Lord.
The officer in question described the creature as being 3 to 4 feet tall and weighing in the area of 50 to 75 pounds. Man, he could have took him.
At least, yeah.
He's a small dude. He could have
50
took him.
pounds.
Yeah. Unless he had like a long tongue and then like he got sucked into his mouth. That'd be scary as hell. He also claimed that its skin had a leathery texture and that the animal's features resembled those of a frog or a lizard. Another officer investigated the scene later that evening. He saw no sign of the creature, but reported that there were distinct scratch marks on the guardrail where the animal purportedly crossed.
Scratch marks.
Scratch marks, which could have been
Holy shit.
could have just been like a car that like scraped by, you know.
Probably.
The second sighting occurred 2 weeks later while police officer Mark Matthews had an encounter of his own. According to the report, Officer Matthews, while driving into Loveland, spotted what he believed to be an injured animal lying on the pavement. They're always on the damn road, man.
Get out the damn road.
Get into the swamp, fool. I get you're a Loveland Frogman, okay? Stop trying to play a real-life game of Frogger, man.
That's right.
Just cross the highway. Just cross it.
It doesn't work.
Especially when they're seen at 3:30 and 1 o'clock in the morning. Nothing's out. How do you get hit, bro?
How do you get hit? That's the thing.
Yeah, there's nothing out there.
There's nothing out there, and you manage to get fucked up.
Yeah, these frogmen are stupid.
How does it happen?
Matthews climbed out of his cruiser with the intention of removing the carcass from the already ice-slicked road when the creature abruptly lurched upwards in a crouched position to say, "Ha! Gotcha, fucker!" Taken aback by the frogman's reptilian visage, Matthews unholstered his revolver and took a shot at the creature.
What are they always got?
Okay,
that just makes me laugh. I'm sorry.
This actually makes sense to me because if you think you're just going to remove a dead standard animal, you walk up, all of a sudden this freaky looking frog thing jumps up at like in quick speed. You're a cop. The first thing you do is shoot the fucker. Yeah.
You remember Jabberjaw?
Yes.
That shark. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. See, because then at that point your police instincts kick in. You think you might be like maybe somebody's like set up a trap for you.
Yep.
You know, they jump up, their friends come from behind you, so you got to pull your revolver to protect yourself. Exactly.
That's right.
Let's shoot that frogman.
That's why you never hurt. You never hurt.
Never hurt.
That's why you never help really fine-looking women dressed scantily on the side of a road.
It's always a trap.
You call the cops.
You listen to Akbar on this one. It's a trap.
That's right.
That's right. Which then proceeded to hobble over the side of the road and step over the guardrail, all the while keeping a watchful eye on the trigger-happy officer. Matthew's frogmen matched the first officer's description down to the last detail, with the exception of a tail, which was absent in earlier reports.
Okay, so what happened? He shot this thing, but it just walked off.
He shot it and then it wobbled off and went over the guardrail.
Oh, it wobbled, so he heard it.
He heard it. He hit it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it sounded to me like he just stop it.
He probably got like in the shoulder or the arm or something.
So you kidding me with that?
Yeah. No, it didn't bounce off me.
I'm a frog man, fool.
Yeah. He's a frog, not a turtle. He ain't got no shell.
Got no that's true.
No protection.
No shields.
That's right. In the years which have followed these events, Officer Matthew has reneged somewhat on his tail. Uh-oh.
I was drinking that night, so I had to kind of change my story.
And what it was in the 4-foot turtle was my ex-wife's new boyfriend. I hate that fucker. So I shot his ass.
That's right.
He now claims that the animal in question was nothing more than a large reptile which escaped from its owner. He further insists that the owner... That is no better, bro.
He done flushed a bullfrog down the toilet and it grew, huh?
That is no better, bro.
That's stupid.
He further insists that the only reason he shot the creature was to help confirm a fellow officer's story. A story which was, of course, being met with predictable skepticism by their superiors. Now, whether or not Matthew's change of heart was inspired by ridicule or the fading memory of an event which he was 30 years removed, the fact remained that his own testimony counterindicates his later attraction. In a 2001 email interview, Officer Mark Matthews, now retired, explained that the incident was, quote, habitually blown out of proportion, end quote.
Okay, so he just shot a salamander.
Or like an iguana or something?
I guess.
Some big lizard.
An escaped reptile.
Yeah. He stated that, quote, it was and is no monster. It was not leathery and had wet, matted fur. It was not 3 to 5 feet tall. It did not stand erect. What are these, Dr. Seuss?
What, a fucking beaver? A zombie beaver.
Zombie beaver. The animal I saw was obviously some type of lizard that someone had as a pet that either got too large for its aquarium, escaped by accident, or they simply got tired of it.
With hair?
He's a pussy then. If it's just
hair? A hairy lizard? What the hell, dude?
Maybe he was
drinking. This guy is nuts.
Maybe he was drinking. It was less than 3 feet in length, ran across the road, and was probably blinded by my headlights. I said, I'm about to say my highlights, like he had highlights in his hair and shit.
His wrinkly ass head, whatever
is his Mark McGrath hair.
There you go.
It presented no aggressive action, end quote. Matthews attempted to shoot the creature in order to back up the account of his partner sighting a few nights prior, but the lizard escaped, most likely to die from its injury or from the bitter freezing cold, because they can't regulate body temperature. So The stories of Loveland Frogman have been repeated throughout the decades, with the most recent sighting taking place in 2016.
Oh, sweet.
Don't get too happy yet.
I'm not happy.
A frogman was spotted in mid-August 2016 by Sam Jacobs and his girlfriend while they were playing Pokemon Go in Cincinnati. You know what that is?
For God's sake.
You know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Well, sorry.
That's where their frogman was. There's probably a Pokemon on their screen.
Sorry. I don't trust anyone who plays Pokemon Go.
No.
So, yeah.
No offense if you do play it, but we're not going to trust you.
Yeah, sorry. You're already looking for fantastic creatures, so you're going to see anything.
While he was playing Pokemon Go.
That's it, bro. That's the story of the 3 weird reptilian sort of greenish.
I wish one of them would at least latched onto somebody's face and mauled them or something.
I wish one of them at least like took a big shit somewhere so we could collect their poop.
Yeah, that would be a better ending than Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it really would.
Oh God, that sucks.
Well, we can at least leave the listeners with a better ending. So tell them where they can find all the extra bonus shit that we got.
Absolutely, folks. If you'd like to support the podcast, please go to www.patreon.com/State of Fear. We have one level called the Road Warrior, and it is $7. You get access to all of our ad-free stuff. So before I run out of oxygen and pass out, I'm going to shut the hell up. Good episode, though, man. I liked your stories.
Yeah, same.
I like them frog dudes, man.
I think Helltown was better, but let's head on to the next state. I think we're going to Wyoming next.
We're going to Wyoming.
Head towards the west.
Boy, do I have a story for you on that one.
I am looking forward to it.
America is buzzing about NBC's new true crime drama, The Thing About Pam.
Starring two-time Academy Award winner Renee Zellweger.
She's so good. Critics love this new show.
Yeah, they do. They're calling it compulsively watchable, deliciously satisfying,
Irresistibly entertaining, as twisty as they come.
must-see TV.
And they say Zellweger may earn an Emmy to put alongside her Oscars.
Oh, gonna happen.
Right? So tell everyone you know. Don't miss The Thing About Pam.
Starring Renee Zellweger, Tuesdays on NBC.
And streaming next day on Peacock.
Because you'll want to watch it twice.